Today's travel will take us from the beautiful campsite among the sand dunes and Gidgee Trees of the Claypan, past Madigan's camps 12, 13, 14 and 15, and then south onto the track following the Hay River. At Camp 16 we'd again turn east and continue to Camp 17 and the Queensland border. When researching the trip, I'd come across references to a claypan referred to as the Oval, just east of last night's campsite and about 5 kilometres north of Madigan's track. It was not part of Madigan's trip, but others who had retraced his steps had located it and then visited it, and it looked interesting enough for me to want to do the same. So, 15 minutes after leaving our campsite, and in a swale that I had identified from the satellite image I had of the place, we turned left and proceeded north to see this intriguing phenomenon. There was some evidence of other vehicle tracks where we turned, but they soon were lost as we twisted and turned to avoid spinifex clumps, small shrubby trees and anything that looked like it could have the potential to stake a tyre. We just left our camping area on day 10 and we've gone off track, now travelling in the swales due north, looking for a place known as the Oval, just a large claypan, some 5 kilometres off the track. Obviously there's no road to it, so we're going off-road. So far it's reasonably clear. There's nothing that looks like it's likely to stake a tyre. So far so good. Up. I'm following a satellite picture on my Hummer Explorer. Swale will eventually lead to the Claypan. We wobbled on a northward course for some 3 kilometres before being faced with wall-to-wall spinifex and no sign of anything like a clear path ahead. Remembering exactly where we were, we made the reluctant decision that to push on simply wasn't worth the risk. So we about turned and followed our own tracks back to the main road. The Oval would just have to go unexplored for now. Bummer. For reasons known only to himself, some lowlifers seem fit to completely erase the plaque at Camp 12. It's really odd, as no other on the entire journey was even remotely vandalised. Anyway, after that, most of the day's travel was simply moving between Madigan's camps, and apart from some stunning desert scenery, the next milestone was reaching Camp 15 and the Hay River. Just seen a herd of about 20 camels just go over this ridge. And I wonder what will await us as we pop over the top. Not a thing. Perhaps the next one. Off to our right somewhere if they're anywhere. Don't move that quickly.
To our left.
They're off to our left. Yeah, I see that. They're making a beeline for me. If I can get up in front of them, they'll come towards me. large mob is directly ahead of the car. I don't know if you can see them in the film. They'll be very small, but they're heading for the top of that next dune, straight ahead of us. There'd be 20, 25 there. Off of the desert portion of the Madigan track for a little while, travelling now down the Hay River track. Follow this as far as Camp 16 and then turn east into the private A.J. Downs property for the private sector, if you like, of the Madigan camps. Okay, an iconic point on the Madigan Line is Camp 16. This is a tree that he blazed, as well as it has a proliferation of, well, I thought it did, of posts. They must have all been ripped out. Anyway, we'll go and have a look at that. We had originally planned to call it quits at Camp 17, but arrived here to find that 7 vehicles from the WA Land Rover Club had got here before us, and they were well settled in. Also here, a bloke named Hunter has pre-positioned his own memorial. Hopefully his family or friends will fulfil his last wish. Certainly an interesting concept. We ended up driving another 20 minutes and set up amongst some Gidgee trees just the other side of the Queensland border.